Alright, here we are in Pack 3. Looks like we picked up a couple of mountains, or Pack 2, sorry. Looks like we picked up a couple of mountains as our last two picks. What do we have here? We've got Argent Sphinx, a 4/3 flyer for 4, which is always excellent. We have Tumble Magnet, Trigon of Infestation, and I suppose a Chrome Steed, although I think that's at the back of the pack in terms of what we want. There are a lot of decent choices, but nothing outstanding for us in this pack. I guess Carapace Forger I'll throw in there just in case. But nothing quite as efficient as the Argent Sphinx. We're not exactly blue yet, but we don't have, the only definite green card we have is the Marauder. The other two I'd be happy to get rid of, and even splashing for the Marauder. I'm going to go ahead and hide this Nathosaur. The only color it definitely looks like we are is black, and there's no good, we're not going to take a Contagious Nim, so I'll select the Sphinx, and maybe we'll get some decent blue cards in this pack. Here's a decent blue card in Dark Slick Drake, and no decent green cards. We've got an Azuri's Archers. That's the only thing that mentions green anywhere, I think. Yep. So it may be time to hop out of green. Prototype Portal. I don't have any cute artifacts that I want to pump out, one right after the other. Do you have to sacrifice it? No. Although we could make some efficient creatures especially with the living equipment. But that's too tricky to be a sure thing. Whereas a 2/4 flyer for 4 is excellent. And nothing else really comes close to it, so I think we will take the Drake. Okay, let's see what we've got here. Cyst Bear, we like him a lot. He was very useful to us in our last draft. Horizon Spellbomb will help us search out colors, but if we're splashing green, that's not as good, and that looks like all green is going to be at this point. Although Cyst Bearer is excellent, and blue, the only things available to us in blue and black are pair of counter spells, a proliferate card that we have no use for yet, and basically a do nothing Moriok Reaver. Cyst Bearer holds the ground nicely, and we've got some excellent equipment to beef it up a little bit. I think we'll go with these. Let me hide this courier. Yeah, we'll go with the Cyst Bearer. Nothing else is jumping out at me, and he is an excellent and efficient creature. What do we have here? We've got a Soliton. If we end up to make use of, if we end up still in blue or splashing for blue. Exsanguinate is a good finisher, but that's about all it is. When there are decent targets, such as Soliton or removal in Bonds of Quicksilver, I don't want to take it over that. Volshock Replica, I mean, he's an efficient guy, 3 power for 3 mana, with a fairly relevant ability. But to make use of it would require a red splash, although that would go well with our spin engine. The pick for me is between Volshock Replica and Soliton. I think we're more likely, if we do a splash, to go with the Replica over Soliton. I think we'll go with the Soliton. We want big guys for this deck, and I think we're more likely to play blue than red. And even if we did play red, it's only a splash. Man, we can't. So we've got a couple good dinosaurs, and I know I've drafted the dinosaurs deck significantly the past few times I've done this, but it's an excellent deck. That gets the job done, and I'm not going to argue with that. But if we are going to go with that plan, and it looks like that's a possibility, odds are high we'll get one of these 3. Oh, we have a Ledmere too. Well, I don't want to pass the green mirror and 3 green cards. Well, maybe I do, because if we pass, we want all 4 of these, and odds are one of them will get back to us. Oh man. Okay, what mirror do I want? we'll be happy with the lead mirror if it comes back around, but I think I'll take the copper mirror and hope one of the Tyranix or the Bellowing Tangleworm makes its way back around to us. For this pick, I'm looking at the Carapace Forger. How many artifacts do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Not bad for a third of the way through pack 2. The other thing I would look at is the Viridian Revel into the opponent's graveyard. But that's cute, but against an efficient guy like the Carapace Forger, I don't think I can pick it over that. So I will select the Carapace Forger. And we come to some interesting stuff. The Tower of Calamities might be fun. We are trying to go big, and that fits in with that game plan. Then we do have the nice removal of Shatter. Strider Harness and a Quarter Shield I don't think will fit in our deck. Although Strider Harness would fit better than a Quarter Shield because we're going to be dropping a lot of big stuff. And paying 3 mana to equip our guys doesn't seem very doable. I think I'll go with the Shatter as a possible splash. The tower is cute, but Shatter takes care of the tower, and the ability to destroy artifacts in this set is never a bad thing. And then when we get a Molder Beast, which combos nicely with the Shatter, it makes that pick look even better. We're not going to play a Blister Grub or a Tainted Strike. Untamite is cute, but next to an Efficient Beater, it doesn't hold its own. So I will take the Molder Beast and move on. We return to our opening pack, where we have Withstand Death versus Strider Harness. I think our creatures are going to be big enough that we don't really need to withstand death them. Any combat they enter into, they will most likely be on the winning side, so I don't think withstand death will be that relevant. This is expensive as an equipment, but its equip cost is so cheap. We can, drop one of our beaters, and then if we have an extra mana left over, swing on that turn, which can be very relevant when you have 5 5s or even 4 2s or 5 7s. So I think the Strider Harness is an excellent pick. Okay, now the Bone Horde and the Skin Wing combo nicely with the Bloodshot Trainee. How relevant is that versus the Azori's Archers? I don't think Bloodshot is going to happen reliably enough, and this will help us against Flyers, which the Dinosaur deck notoriously has difficulty dealing with. Not much. We're not playing white. I don't think he's worth a red splash, and we have nothing to steady progress. This is 3 power for 3 mana, and if there are any Cyst Bears that got by us, he will help us defend ourselves against it. So we'll go with the Moriak Reaver. A lot of junk. Any creature gains flying. Yeah, we are having trouble dealing with Flyers, so it's not a great card, but I'll take the Vault Skyward. It also lets them untap their stuff and get in against us. It's a pseudo vigilance effect, which might not be too relevant against us, but it screws with combat math. Okay, we'll take the Reaver. What do we get here? Relic Putrescence. Alright, nothing else is going to be relevant, so I will see you in pack 3.